good afternoon or lunchtime. What's up, guys? Hey, David, thanks for coming in today. Today I'm just doing sort of a short little live with you guys, just touching base on what's going on. Hopefully, you guys have seen my or seen Theo's video on the buck that he took this year, so that was really exciting. So we put that out on Wednesday. Just want to check to make sure everything is good with the microphone. Uh, and audio. So if you guys are in here, give me a thumbs up or let me know if the audio and video is good. And we are going to be talking just a little bit. I want to get you guys' opinions on broadheads and things like that. We have a bunch of different setups here that I got. This was Theo's bow, crossbow, his arrows and stuff like that. I got mine. I'm actually prepping for tomorrow. I'm leaving to go to Ohio. Uh, we're going to be heading down there in the morning. I'll be heading down there, so I'm getting some broadheads ready. I got my Rage tri-pans here. And I also have some other ones. And then I got some new stuff here that I want to show you guys. I got my hat, and I got some drone stuff going on here. So let's see here. We got the live chat going here. Okay, cool. So Kevin Hawthorne, what's up? Race, what's up, Glenn? How are you, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Yeah, so I got my Rage tri-pans. These are the no callers. I got to put these on here. I got my new center punch arrows or bolts for my crossbow. Hi, Mom. So I got the new bolts done here. I got the one. I always get some lighted ones, so I got the lighted one for when I need it. And if I'm shooting it for videoing, it makes it really nice because it lets the camera pick up the bolt, because that thing's going like 450 feet per second. So we want to catch that in flight. As you can see on Thea's video, you can see the arrow. It was during the day, but you can still see the arrow a little bit. So if you are planning on trying to get your shot on camera and everything, I recommend, even though it's during the day, I recommend doing the light. It seems like the camera will pick up the lighted knock a little better even in the daytime. At night, it's awesome. It's like a laser. But during the day, it picks that up a little bit better than just the arrow flying. So, and that's the reason why on Thea's video it was like you could see it flying in the air. If we wouldn't have had that on there, and he did shoot the buck out with my 10-point. He used the tri-pan on that. So let's. I need some lighted knocks. I lost my last one. Yeah, they're not cheap either, guys. This center punch arrow is about $25 per the one arrow. $15, I think. It might even be more than that. If you put a broadhead on here, you figure the broadheads are $55 from tri-pan. So divide that by 3. So plus the lighted knock is 15 plus the $20 arrow. It's pretty. But the one thing good about the center punches, these are the 16s. These are really small. I have that smaller Havoc, the 10-point Havoc. These things don't break. I mean, you could shoot them in the trees and they don't break. If you can get them out, that's a good thing. But these things, you could shoot a few different deer with these things. And I like the lighted knocks. Now they're a one piece that get pushed in. 10-point had an issue with their knocks. Here's a 10-point older knock here. See the white knock right there? Well, the lighted knock, this white thing would pop out and it would be green, and there's a little collar in there. It looks like teeth. Well, that would keep falling out with the lighted knocks. So even these knocks here that are on here, I'm still using them until they go away because they're expensive. And when these break off or if they pop off, if I shoot a deer, then I'll put these ones back on. These knocks right here. See how it's the solid one? That's the new knock from 10-point. So we're gonna be using those. And while we're at it, yeah, you saw the dead meat, the G5 dead meat broadhead, and I like those a lot. I haven't used them because I have these broadheads on right now. They recommend using a. Hey, what's up, Chris? Thanks for coming in, buddy. They recommend using the center punch, this broadhead from 10-point with this arrow. There is the arrow right there. That is the see how they fall forward. they don't lock in place. Okay, the thing that what these do is these little wings here, they push from going into the animal, and it pushes like friction on both of them. So that, but I did shoot a deer with this last year, and it worked really good. So I like this Broadhead a lot. There's nothing to it. You just basically, it's like you can move it with your fingers. There's no locking mechanisms on it. So it will, when it hits something, it will open for you. I think this is an 1.75" cutting diameter right there. So that is the Broadhead cutting diameter. And all you do is do that, and it just folds up like that. So I wanted to put in there, what you guys use. What kind of broadheads do you guys use? The dead meat from G5 is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I just don't have any. So I use the dead meats or but my favorite one I'll show you here in a second. So that is in here. Now, Muzzy's another good one. The only thing that I can't use Muzzy's for, John, is because it's a fixed blade. And they don't recommend me shooting fixed blades out of my crossbow, believe it or not. They say that it'll plane because it's over 400 feet per second. I never shot a fixed blade out of my broadhead, out of my crossbow. I probably should do that because I have G5 Montex and stuff, and I've used the Muzzies. Now, the Muzzy Trocar is what I think I will shoot out of my regular bow now when I get back into that. Now, the Rage Tri-Pans, that's these right here. That is the 2-inch cut. I'm going to put 2 of them on these right here. I'm going to put the one on the lighted knock and one on a regular knock. And these are the ones that I load up when I get into the stand first. And I have the older knocks on here, but they are glued in place, so they stay. They were never glued. They would pop out, so you could pop a lighted knock in there. But 10-point system, they didn't like it, so they changed it to this knock right here. So we're gonna do that now. I'm gonna change this out real quick here because I'm gonna cut this out and I'm not always cut towards your friends, never cut towards yourself. We're gonna take this tri-pan out here, and I'm gonna show you this. That is the tri-pan right there, no collar. That's a pretty wicked broadhead right there. It has the tip. Yeah, the G5's in the Rage. Yeah, that is a awesome broadhead right there. And that's the no collar. So what you do is you push them up like this, and they just lock in place. You just push them up, and they lock right there with a little cam lock. See, I don't know if the thing can... Debate that statement up. Buddy cut me. Yep. Always cut towards your buddies. Never cut towards yourself. But that is that one. So we are going to put, everybody has those tools and stuff like that. My tool is my finger. I just put it on. They're not real hard to do. There's that little collar right there. You'll see it's a collarless, so it locks in place. They have a little black little ring there. It's like a plastic ring. And that is it, guys. That's my broadhead. So now what I like to do, though, is they call this the cock feather down. It says this vein down. What I try to do is get it to where you can tighten it and get it to be, that's pretty much flat right there. When you look at the cock feather down, that's flat. Or, hey, what's up, Daniel? I either like the broadhead laying flat or I like the broadhead up like this. So it's either going to sit like this in there, but in this case, it's going to sit like that, flat on there. So that's the lighted knock. That's going to go in right there. And then we have my new knock system with the new fletches on it, the yellow. So I have 3 yellow, 1 red. The red one is for, it's the lighted knock, but it's the green one. What's up, Robert? Thanks for coming in. So that is, I have a field point on this right now. And I think I have an arrow in here that needs a field point. Yes. This is my son's. I'm going to show you these in a second, but after I get mine done here. So guys, what kind of, I know John says he used the Muzzies. What other broadheads do you guys use? What kind do you recommend? I mean, they're the big dogs out there right now, or like the G5. Now, they have a Beast broadhead out that I'd like to try. I think Chris Brackett uses those, and a couple other people use those. Chris Brackett, I don't know if you know him. He actually used one of my questions on his live stream the other night. It was pretty cool about a vine, about the licking vine or the overhanging branch. So he actually used my question in one of his lives. So that was cool. So let me get this other one out of here. Hey, Dad, you're going to have to sharpen this knife for me. My Kershaw. Got to get that sharpened up. My cold steel hunting knife. I gutted my son's deer last week. That thing is unbelievable. Cold steel is like the best knife ever, I think. What's up, Johnny? Thanks for coming in, brother. Hey, Johnny, I wanted to say a thank you just for everything, for following me and supporting me. Johnny, awesome dude. I don't know how you're eating all them peppers. I love spicy food, Johnny. I might have to get on there with you one day. But I don't know if I could eat the stuff that you eat. And I know it ain't no joke, like just to get on to do it. But I like spicy stuff. Maybe you can do something a little bit on my level, a starter package or something. But I'd like to come onto your live. I'd like to do something with you in the future, Johnny, for real. So thank you for following me. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate that. Johnny's been sending me messages. He's been watching my videos. I'm just trying to put out good content, trying to put out information to you guys. Would love to. Okay, Johnny. Yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. But just trying to get you as much as I can with my time and just show you what I'm doing. So let's see who's all in here. We got Daniel, Barry Sports in here. We got Robert Mac Media. Thank you, Robert, for coming in. I got to go over and catch some of your stuff. I haven't been over there, so I apologize for that. Indiana Chris, thank you. Johnny Small Pepper, thank you. We got Raised Glenn from Raised Outdoors. We got Kevin Hawthorne. We got David Williams. So thank you guys. And we got John from Smallwater. Thank God, John. Yeah, 87. I don't even know. When did you get my knife for me, Dad? When I was younger, I know you bought me the Master Hunter as well. And I still have that. And I could count on one hand how many times that's been sharpened. And I've gutted a lot of deer with that thing. And that thing is razor sharp and holds an edge and is an awesome knife. You got to be so careful with that knife. You'll go in there into the gut cavity and you will slice your finger. And I've done it one time. And you don't even know. That's how sharp it is. You pull it out and you think you got deer blood on you, and then you're dripping blood. So you got to be very careful, guys, when you're gutting a deer. So I am ready for Ohio with that right there. I got my 4 broadheads. I got my 4 crossbow bolts on there. I got my lighted nock. I got my new nock, and I got the 2 older ones. Now I have a bunch of these. I did just buy these. I got another lighted. And then the one that Theo shot is the older style lighted. I have that down there still. But I got a bunch. I think I got 6 more of these nocks and I got 2 more of these nocks. So we're ready to go. And these things last forever. These center punch crossbow bolts they're only 16 inches. Yeah, so that's 87 I've had my knife. And I can count, I think, on one hand how many times that was sharpened. So, but if you guys didn't know, I made a rocket run, what I call a rocket run down to Ohio yesterday morning. And I posted on my social media or on my community tab. I just had a few small bucks on there. The 10 point didn't show up for like a week or almost 2 weeks now. So he may be holed up somewhere or in a different area right now. My buddy Bob on our lease, he's got 2 8 points on there. But hey, Harry B, what's up? Yoper, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. I just put some of my Rage Tri-Pan broadheads on my crossbow. I'm getting ready to start hitting it hard here soon. I'm hoping that my truck is done this weekend as well. Supposedly it is, but I've heard that before, so we'll see what happens. So I am taking the car down to Ohio in the morning, and then I'm going to get geared up, and then I'm going to hunt Saturday evening and Sunday morning. We're expecting a little bit of rain Sunday morning, but that's okay. I'm going to get down there. I want to hunt the evening first, and then get back and hunt the morning, and then I'll come back to Pittsburgh Sunday afternoon. I may hit late morning. Do you do any antler clocking? Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. I have the black rack system from Deer Society. It's the double horns. I have them. I used to use natural ones, but the block rack fits together. It sounds really good, and it's a lot of less effort, and you don't pinch your fingers doing it when you're clocking them together. You always got to cut the brow tine off of your antlers when you do that. I don't have the white ones, but I did see something with Bowman Archery where he puts three antlers together. He ties them together and he leaves them on a rope and he puts them down on the ground and he clocks them on the ground so you get the antlers hitting the ground so it sounds like deer fighting and you get the antlers clicking together. I may do that. In my next little trick there. But I saw that and that's a really good idea. The only thing is you got to be careful when you're moving your arms and like a puppet. You're moving your arms in a tree and you don't see a deer. So you want to keep it down probably to your side. But they tie three antlers together, and on a rope, like your pull-up rope, your bow rope, and you tie three antlers onto that, and he had it taped. I can't. I think the Sunday hunt dates ain't till later, Dad. They're not nothing in archery, I don't think, or maybe late archery. I can't remember. I know there's like the rifle one. I think is the Sunday one, and then there's another one, and I don't know if it's late archery or what. But so you guys all know I love the 9th for November. I'll get back into the broadhead thing. I'm just rolling with another subject here. Once people start talking, I roll off into different subjects, so bear with me. But I got to go to jury duty. I got to call in November 12th to see if I got to be there November 13th, which sucks. So I think I'm going to do it just to do it. I almost wanted to call and cancel it because I'd be away. But the way my schedule's looking, I think I'll be back Tuesday, and then I'm going to I'll call for the jury duty Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe I'll hunt here if I don't have to go. But I used a lot of my vacations this year for Florida and for vacation for Florida and for Ocean City, and I'm due to get 3 weeks next year, so that will be on. My rutcation this year, I could still get almost weeks in if I do it right with some days that I can take off. So I'm just doing that this year with my vacation and picking and choosing where I can go. I'm not taking the full week off like for my rutcation down Ohio, but I will take I'll have off Saturday, Sunday. I'll have like a Friday, Monday off or stuff like that, so I'll get like 4 days in. And I might be able to do that and get more days of hunting in if I do it that way. That way I'll have a couple extended weekends. So I'll probably do the 9th that weekend and then probably the later dates on that as well. So that's what I think I'm going to do. And then those morning hunts of the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th is going to be probably morning hunts down here at the house. So we'll see what happens. So I got the 2. I have an extra one in here. I always like to keep, it's always nice to have extra broadheads, but between Theo and I, we have a ton of them. I might even put this broadhead on one of his bows, that way he can use it. Maybe I will do that. So I like to use the center punches. Like I said, that's the center punch that I just showed you guys. That's this one. This is from 10 Point. I keep 2 of them in there, and I keep 2 rages in my broadhead. Hey, Coyote Whacker, thanks for coming in. So these are the broadheads, and look, you just push them up like that, and they open. So this is basically friction where it runs. There's no collars, nothing to snap in place or nothing. They're just tightened in there enough to move when they hit. So when that arrow hits something, it just pushes them out like that. And that is that. And I shot my buck last year with this broadhead, so I know they work. And it was a good, and it died within 40 yards of where I shot it. Now it depends on shot placement. Theo shot, if you didn't see the video, guys, go over and check out the video. He was so excited, he was breathing heavy. That's what it's all about right there. Every time I watched it a couple times, that video actually. Every time I watch it, I get like goosebumps, and you know, it's an awesome feeling. And when that buck came in, it was really awesome. And you could hear him breathing in the video. He even says some kind of cool things. I don't really want to give too much away, but he did say, "Go down, you beast." It was funny. Keep messing, gonna cut a finger. Hey, whatever, John. But yeah, that's my setup right there. I got the center punch bolts, and I have the Rage tri-pan no collars and the center punch 10-point broadheads on my setup. Now Theo's setup. Now the dead meats, I don't have any dead meats on me, so that's why I'm not showing it, but I did put them in my thumbnail so you guys know I use them. Now there's two different Rage on here. There's this one right here with the black collar, and this little collar here holds the broadhead in, that little plastic black collar. There's two little, if you can see on the blade here, I want to see if I can focus it. I'll go to the white. If you can see, there's a little metal clip right there, like right on the blade itself. I held it to the white background. I don't know if you can see that. There's another one of those teeth inside here, and that holds underneath that black collar. So when that's shot, that black collar has to break. Is that a rubber chicken laying on the floor? Yeah, probably. No, that's a deer for my dog. My dog plays with those. But yeah, that's that right there. That's the black one. And they're 100 grain. All my broadheads are 100 grain, so you know. So that's the black one. And then I have the red collared ones. I don't know why they have black and red. I don't think there's any pressure points or nothing. So right here is the red collar one. Now these arrows you can't get no more. These are from Maxima. They're the Maxima Blue Streaks. Can't get them anymore. They are, I think, obsolete. But these are awesome. And they shoot great out of my son's crossbow. I actually fletched these ones blue and white because Off the Hook blue. And that's what I was using that crossbow back in the day. So this is my son's setup right here. The Maxima Blue Streaks, which are awesome. And they also have a lighted knock system. And if you could see that knock is, oops, I just pulled the lighted knock out. Let's see here. Sometimes it'll get in there, sometimes it gets tight, sometimes it don't. There's a lighted knock right there. That's the blue lighted knock. And that just goes right in to the crossbow, the knock, and then you got to set that up, turn it to where it is straight with the arrow. So what I got to do is tighten this up a little bit. You tighten that up and then you just jam it in there basically. It's a little bit too loose. Okay, there we go. Up. Put that in like that. And you spin it, tighten it up as much as you can. I gotta turn it just a little tighter. Get that in there. Come on. There we go. And then you put that straight up and down with the cock feather, and then you push it in, and it's in. And that's it. And that is his setup. Let me make sure that that's on there. Okay. I like to be perfect, guys. I like to be perfect. One more turn. I think we're going to take it right to there. Sorry, guys. I got to get everything on here. There we go. So that's straight again. That's his lighted knock with the Trocar collar on there. So that's his setup. He's done, though. So we're good on that end. I'm going to keep that one. Actually, yeah, I'm going to keep that one in there. In the package, just in case I need another broadhead for myself, which I doubt it. So, but yeah, the blue streaks are like obsolete. You might be able to find them online somewhere, or maybe on eBay or something like that, but those Maximas are the ticket for his crossbow. And that's from doing a bunch of research and shooting a bunch of arrows. Now, my dad gave him some Carbon Expresses. These are Carbon Express arrows that'll work too. They're the Maximas and they're lighted knocks, and They're like a red, and he loves red, so he'll probably use them after these are all up. So, but that's the setup on there. Let me take this broadhead and move it the other way. Okay. So there we go. So there's his setup right there, guys. With the trocars, or the Rage broadheads as well. So that's set up. That's set up. So yeah, guys. I don't know what other broadheads you guys use. Yeah, and John had to deal with the storms. So thank God John is good to go. He had his mother-in-law, I believe, down there with him. So, and his mother's down there, so everybody's safe. So that's a good thing. So, John, that's great news. I saw the news, and man, was that crazy? How much damage was down there, and people, and I don't want to get into the political side of it because that just pissed me off basically. But anyway, yeah. So that's the setup with the Rage tri-pan, no collar. That's me. That's what I'm using. Went down Ohio on yesterday, did a rocket run, went down, I dumped some food out, I pulled my cameras, and then on my community tab, you got the different bucks that are working the scrape, and there was one at the food as well. So there's some deer activity down there, but no big ones yet, so we'll see what happens. This is the time of the year where the big ones start showing up, start making scrapes, using scrapes, so we'll hopefully get some action on the lease. Bob's area over there on public is doing pretty good. And then he has some on private that he can bait where Boo had shot her deer this year. And he's hunting that stand because that big one's showing up there in the evenings. I'm almost banking on him shooting that deer this evening because it's so nice out. We've been getting frost and ice in the mornings here on the cars. So that's the sign right there to start getting out in the woods. Now, that Chris Brackett, I actually called him and called into this show and asked him about the October mornings because I've been seeing everywhere these October mornings. You shouldn't be hunting October mornings right now. You should wait till the end of October and then cool fronts and be in the woods in November. My situation though, I work evenings. So I can't get out in the evening, so I have to hunt mornings. Now, it does make sense what he was saying because the bigger bucks now, and I'm talking about the 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. You could get something in the mornings of October. He was saying if you're lucky, uh, but the bigger bucks are on their feet a lot during October. They are minimizing their movement in October. They're going from bedding to feeding, and they don't usually go far. But once it kicks in, the pre-ruts kicking in, the deer are getting up and they're wandering around more, then you can go in and start hunting them. And then I seen something on Growing Deer TV, whereas if you want to hunt the mornings, you hunt the transitions. And I was relieved to hear that because I do hunt a transition zone between bedding and feeding. I'm more towards the bedding area, but I'm not in the bedding area. I'm on the outskirts of it. So I'm trying to catch deer coming in the morning to bed. Now they claim that the bigger bucks are already in the bed when it's dark out. And now once they start moving more, you'll be able to catch a buck on his feet in daylight hours more. So it does make sense. And he's not talking about the 1.5 year olds, 2.5 year olds, stuff like that. Sometimes he was like you can get something in there 4.5, 5.5 if you get lucky. If something happens or he's held up somewhere and he comes in, you can get lucky. But the percentage of shooting a big mature buck in October are really low in the mornings, which I find crazy because I always hunted growing up. I love the evenings because I wasn't a morning person growing up, but then my buddies and everybody were like, oh, they love the mornings. So I started hunting mornings, and then I started seeing a lot of deer in the morning. So I like the mornings. I like actually going into the stand when nothing's woke up yet except the deer are out, and you get in there early and you're waiting, and then you hear that, first light, you hear them leaves crunching, and then, you're on deer. Yeah, so all it does is take one big deer to come by. I know. but it's just the percentages. I guess everybody's talking about that. But then now I looked on and I do a lot of research with stuff like that. I'm goofy like that. I'm always into the deer thing. And there's on Growing Deer TV, they were like, you can hunt the mornings, and I'm like, well, you just told me last week you shouldn't hunt the mornings, but then they're giving you reasons why. And as I'm putting it together, it does make sense for that morning not being out there. But like me, I can't not hunt in the morning because I don't have the evening free time for the evenings. So my hunts are majority mornings in October. Now I hunted one morning so far, and I don't know if that's in my head right now to not be out there, but from all the information that I gathered now with this cold, the ice, the frost in the mornings, you should be getting out there. So now, after this week, after I go down to Ohio this weekend, yeah, I got a great. It only takes me 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get into my stand. Late morning. Let me see that. 9 to 11. Okay, that makes sense too, Glenn. Yeah, but that it's just people are saying this, that, don't hunt. Now you can hunt, and I put it all together, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out myself. Um, but now there's no figuring because it's getting those cool mornings. And next week I think it's supposed to be even colder. So it's on next week for morning hunts for me. I'm going to be in there. And it was really hard to stay out. Well, I shouldn't say hard because it made it easier because I heard that. And then me with my house schedule with the kids and doing things like, and then me having to do stuff around here, like just little things like cleaning up and stuff while I'm here before work. That made it easier to stay home because of hearing that, but it was still at the back of my head like I should be in the woods in the morning. And I can only hunt till about 11 o'clock, Glenn. So that 9 to 11 makes me feel better as well. I can only hunt till 11 maximum, and then by the time I get home, get undressed, get showered up, and go to work. That's about the latest I can do. Just send you an email, Ted. Big boy showed up this morning. There you go. And that's what I mean. Like there, yeah, and I think you're right, Glenn. That gets in my head so much that I want to do. I want to be the best hunter I can be. But yeah, you can't shoot a deer if you're not in there. All right, Dad. Thank you. You can't shoot a deer if you're not in the woods. And I take all the scent precautions that I can. The wind, I have the one stand set up here, so the wind is the wind. I have the ozonics. I have my Limit Shield. I try all that. So I really don't have multiple setups in this area for like different winds. But I'm on a hill where the wind is a north. If it's a west wind, it blows out over this big parking lot type deal where I park at actually. So that's a good thing. But the hill goes down, and if it is a northeast wind, I'm trying to think here, south, north, south, east, west. If it's a if it's a west wind, it blows into the bedding area. If it's an east wind, it blows out. If it's a northeast, it blows up the transition, up the funnel. So when I hunted October 3rd, it was a northeast. It was blowing that way, and first thing in the morning, I had doe come down that trail right to me, and you could see the deer that were under me on that video of my son's because I added it in there, and it was they walked right up on me, and it was a little bit wet that morning, so I didn't hear them coming, but they ended up being about 10 or 15 yards away from me, and then they were milling around right in front of me, and then they veered off into the thicket. So I really try to take as much precaution with the scent as I can. Is like a crazy. Like I have an ozone closet downstairs that's down there I made, so I use the ozone machine in there with all my clothing. I use the Limit Shield products, which I think are the best products. They're awesome. So I try to take as much as I can with that because I don't have multiple setups. Now I did put a camera on an extra camera on my hillside that I walk up in because I keep seeing this path really low, and it's a really good used path. And last year I happened to look down that way and I saw a really big. I couldn't make out horns or nothing, but I seen a really big deer, and you could just tell it was a big deer. It was a different color and everything, and it walked that path down behind me, but it never came up behind me like they normally do. I think he walked straight into the thicket. So I went down last week when I pulled my camera cards, and I walked that hillside down, and I saw a path where where it's being used. So I put a camera on there. Now, if I have to, I do have another setup that I can move down the hill, so I may jump back and forth this year on that. But I love that stand so much up top. It's right at the pinch point. It's right there. I have my scrape set up. It's really nice. Now, I don't know if that's being a lazy hunter or not, because I hear people jumping around all the time, or even people with these saddles or in different stands every time they go out. I'm not that kind of guy to jump around a lot because of my time. I don't have time to do that. I don't have a saddle as well, and I got to pull my stands, pull the ladders, pull all my stuff that's in a tree and move it. But I do have a couple setups now that I keep on the side for Ohio and for here. So if I have to move it down, if I am getting a picture of a big buck, do I wait him out and see if he comes up that way, or do I make a move on him? Just from experience, from like researching and stuff, I should move on him. So we'll see what happens. Also, I wanted to show you my new hats. I picked this hat up today. This actually, I got it made from my camo that I wear, my Sitka gear. So that is my new hat, the gray camo right there. So I'll be wearing that. That's a Richardson's hat. So go over, check out my store. Make sure you go over there. We have a lot of great products over there. These are the Richardson hats. They're really nice, well made. So that's my new hat. I just picked it up today before I did the live. I went down there. And then I picked up my decals. I registered my drone, and I had them make my decals because you have to put your number on your drone now. So I had it done a little bit specifically for me. I had my number put on there with Off the Hook with my name and phone number on it. So that is the thing for my drone that needs to be done. So I have a couple of these. They're waterproof, UV and all that. So I'm going to stick these on my drone, 2 of them. I'll put on my drone, and I have a couple extra ones. So that is ready to go there. So that was cool. I picked that up. Yeah, so that's basically what I got. And you did send me an email. Let me look at this email real quick here. Hopefully it's in there. Okay, let's see. See if it comes through here. Oh yeah, I'm watching it right now. There's the email. See that big one in there? I don't know if you can see it. What the heck's going on there? Oh, it's shut off. He's walking through the background right there. Cool. So that was this morning, huh? Yep, they're up on their feet, man. That's awesome. Very cool. Awesome. What's going on here now? Awesome. Yep. So that's my setup. That's I wanted to come on and just give you an update. If you haven't checked out Theo's video, the PA deer season, the 2024 episode 1, go over and check that out, guys. You're not gonna be disappointed. It's a long one. It's about a 40-minute video. And I have my first hunt on there sitting in October 3rd, and then October 5th was when we went down to camp with Theo and sat over my dad's food plot. The food plot's working really good and it's looking really good. The boys come out to take him out. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Thanks for sending me that picture, guys. Another thing, too, guys, if you guys have any pictures of any of your harvest this year, please email me and send them to me. I will post them and promote you guys. I'm trying to do that, too, on my community tab. So if anybody, any kind of fishing pictures, if you want to send me, just go to my email in my description of my video. Send the pictures to me. I will post them. I'll put them on Facebook, Instagram, FishAngler, FishBrain, TikTok, wherever. I'll post you guys and promote you guys. And also your deer pictures. I love to see the deer pictures of the success this year. So make sure you're sending me pictures. Just email them to me, just like Coyote Whacker did there, and I can play. Uh, I won't use the video, but if there's pictures or anything, I'll promote the pictures. If people want to send me short clips of that, maybe I will make a video of everybody with their clips and put your YouTube channel in the description and stuff like that and mention you guys in those clips. So if somebody wants to send me like a 30-second clip of a deer on their camera or something, we can do that as well. I'm up for all that stuff. I love promoting people and sharing people out and things like that. So make sure if you got any good harvests, any harvest, because any deer is a good deer in my book. So send me them over, and I will promote you guys the best I can. So yeah, that's about it, man. Check out me on the RUKU TV with American Angler Outdoors Network and Backroads TV. I actually have to, after this live, I have to upload one to the Backwoods TV network. They're going to put Theo's video on there as well. So Backroads TV, go check them out. They're in my description of my video as well. I have American Angler Outdoors and Backroads. They're both on the TV. So you can watch me on your TV, which is pretty cool. Go to that, check out my website at OFFTHEHOOKOUTDOORS. I sell my baits over there. Also, if you want to get a hold of me for the sell baits, we can do that too with an email. But go over, check it out. I have some pictures. I have to update that soon with the pictures and stuff like that. I'm going to probably put Theo's video on there as well from this year. So go check that out. On my social media, different platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, FishAngler, FishBrain, Camo Space, and the threads, all that stuff. I'm on there, so go check me out. If you haven't followed me on any of those platforms, please follow me, and I will return the favor and follow you guys back. But I post a lot on all the other social media platforms as well. Trying to build my brand up, trying to get my brand out there. So check out our store. That's located in there. Go over and get a bunch of, I got some really cool hats now. I got the ones with the logo in the middle. It doesn't have that little space, that little stitching down the middle. I have a solid front with the logo in the middle. I have these Richardsons with the logo off to the side. We just added some camo shirts to it, from Mossy Oak, some Real Tree hats and camo shirts, short sleeve and long sleeve. So go over there and check that out. Also, we have the new Hex gear. That's more of an everyday wear camo. That's like the black dot camo. We have some hoodies and shirts and things like that with the Hex camo on there. I figured I wanted to get a line that was like sort of like a camo, but it was like a camo you can wear out every day. It wasn't like the limbs and trees and stuff like that. So we come up with the Hex camo and put our logo on that as well. So go check all that out with us. We got a lot of stuff coming. I got some videos out right now that I'm working on editing to be popped up. I got my food plot video, my update for my food plot video coming out. I also have my mock scrape update video coming out as well. So just stay tuned, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I believe we have something for everybody. We try to put out honest and good information, the best information that we have for you. We love to learn from you guys. Hopefully, maybe you can pull something out of my videos to learn from and maybe help you with the success. So that's where we're at with that. And yeah, I'm going to go to work this evening, and it will be a long day at work because I want to get out in the woods tomorrow. So I am going to go to work, and then get home, get to bed, get up, and pack my car and head down to Ohio for the evening hunt and the morning hunt with my buddy Bob. Hopefully we get good news from Bob either tonight or he bags the buck tomorrow. All right, Coyote, thank you for coming in, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hit that like button if you guys haven't. Give me a subscribe if you haven't. Please consider doing so. Put your notifications to all, so you can be notified whenever we do uploads and videos and giveaways. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys have a great hunting season. I'm looking forward to it here. I'm just getting into it now. My son is done, which was awesome. That's the highlight of my season. If I don't get a buck this season, that's okay with me, because my son shot his biggest buck to date, so that was all I needed. So another good thing would be my dad get a buck with a bow, with his crossbow. So that would be the next thing that I would want. But yeah, I'm going to get out there and hit it hard here in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for more coming your way. And yeah, that's it. So like I always say, guys, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see you.